Hello, the coffee cakes. So we're here to talk about something very important here. Well, actually, this is not really very important. There's a lot of things going on in this world. But I feel like this is a topic that is important for YouTube and TikTok and wherever else that this conversation is going to happen. Okay. I do have a video premiere at 3 o'clock on my new channel. I'm going to drop the link for that in here.
Let's go, girls.
Uh-oh. All right, I am going to drop the link for the new video in here. But that will be coming out at 3 p.m. Eastern time, so we'll probably just stay here for about an hour, hour and a half. Maybe just before that one. I don't know. But I feel like I have to come on here and talk about this because, well, I'm white people, and Ollie London is white people. Actually, I think he's white folk. There's apparently a difference between white people and white folk. But Ollie London is somebody I need to talk about because it's the right thing to do. Okay? This is not me using him for clout and views and things like that. It's just something that needs to be talked about. Oops. Oh, that's strange. I guess when they say the comments is behind, they're not kidding. So this is what we need to talk about. Okay. And I get the feeling this conversation is going to be uncomfortable for some people. And I really don't care. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. Why is this a problem? This is a problem because it is. Okay. Transracial is not a thing. Ollie London really does not like BTS. That's what's being said. His ex-girlfriend, Frenchie Morgan, exposed him for this. And sorry, I'm just dropping this link. So, he's also said that this is a, for clout kind of thing. He was caught on voicemail talking about how this whole transracial thing, he did it on purpose to stir the pot. Okay. He does not care about Asian people. He cares about clout. Supposedly he's a male escort. I mean, I don't have anything against sex workers. That's not my business. I mean, you got to make your money some way or another, right? That's how life works. If that's how you make your money, hey, that's your business. Who are we to judge? Plus, if you're not aware, um, OnlyFans is not just for that either. Anybody can join OnlyFans and put whatever they want up there, right? That's what it's there for. It's like doing YouTube, but people pay to watch your content. I mean, I guess people do that because, well, YouTube doesn't pay the bills. And if you want to be an influencer that only cares about money, I guess OnlyFans would be it for you. I'm not one to judge. I mean, YouTube is meant to be something fun and a hobby. I just kind of treat it like a business, and not because of money or anything like that, but what you put out into the virtual universe, is out there forever. If you say one stupid and wrong thing out there, it's going to be with you forever. You can take it back. And that's what happened to Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star has been caught with things from his past coming back around. You know, that's a problem for him. You know, we all like Jeffree Star until we realize what kind of a monster person he is. He's not going to change either. You know, if he hasn't changed or apologized or, you know, acknowledged what he's done, then, you know, he's not going to do that. You know, he's got mob mentality. He uses people to get where he is. Although I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what he would have gotten out of Trisha Paytas. I mean, I don't think she really has very much. You know, I don't know what using Trisha Paytas was for. Personally, I think that went both ways, and it just went bad. You know, personally, I don't think that. I truly don't think that Trisha Paytas has anything to offer Jeffree, except for like a tag along type of person. Maybe he feels that she's an easily manipulated person, and he could use her. You know, to you know, some people need a like a hanger on. I get the feeling that's what you know, Trisha Paytas might have been for Jeffree, a hanger on. And when he got tired of her, he threw her out. Kind of like what happened with me here on YouTube. I guess I'm willing to admit that I was a hanger on, a Klingon, or clingy, or whatever. So I really truly believe the person I was, you know, being a friend with is, you know, really a friend, and they were not. Happens to the best of us all. But, you know, now I see that Trisha Paytas is defending Ollie London. Why is that problematic? Well, Trisha Paytas is problematic for many reasons, you know. Trisha Paytas has been known in the past to do blackface. She has defended the DID community. She said she's not racist because she eats rice. She claims that she is transgendered, so she's, you know, offending the trans community. You know, she's offended many different groups of people. Oh, let's not forget she had dreads. She's supposed to have that. She's supposed to have that. No. Trisha Paytas has offended many different communities, and she refuses to apologize. She's not going to apologize. Get over it. Not going to happen. She's just like Ollie London, though. At that rate, her and Ollie London are basically the same thing. Okay? They're both using communities for clout. Ollie London thinks he's telling the world that he's Korean. He's married to Jimin. First of all, Jimin wants nothing to do with them. There's, you know, news out there that um, you know, he's, you know, hey, Danny and Grace, how are you? So Jimin from BTS has stated, you know, he's kind of like, you know, he's, you know, a little creeped out by Ollie London wanting to look like him. I'm doing great. Well, you're doing great. I finally got this channel's back open and running, but I'm working on the new one. So what I've decided is that this channel is going to be for streaming and shorts because it's monetized. The new channel will be my content channel. So I'm running a double business here. I'm expanding my horizons, leaving the bad juju here and moving my content somewhere else and working on it that way. So this is my channel to talk about gossipy type of things and just have fun and things like that because it makes me money. So, um, so Jimin from BTS is very, you know, disappointed and creeped out by Ollie London because, you know, he wants to look like him. I've mean, that's pretty weird. I mean, that's really weird. I mean, don't get me wrong, this has been a thing, for oodles of years with plastic surgery. I've been binging Nip Tuck for the last, couple of months. But that's a very creepy thing. I mean, in this country, at least, when someone goes for plastic surgery, right, or weight loss surgery, I don't know what that is. Um, Most plastic surgeons, do a full-on background check to make sure the person they're going to be doing this surgery on is in good mental health. But it's quite obvious. Hey, Adelaide! It's quite obvious that Ollie is not well. Okay. His family's disowned him. He's trying to look like poor Jimin and BTS. He's also a predator. Okay. He's been stalking and, mocking other Asian folk on TikTok. I don't know if he does it here on YouTube. Well, actually, he did because he made that video. What was that music video called? Korea Boo or something? Korea Boo coming for you. And he posted photos of other posted photos of some Asian creators out there because they were trying to take him down. Which, you know, the one guy I know of, the one gal on TikTok who I really love, she's absolutely adorable. Fafa Lily. Ollie started with Fafa, and Fafa fought back. I mean, her comebacks were that's some stuff right there. Like I loved it. Okay. Well, I don't love the fact that Ollie went after her and other people forcing her to make comebacks, but her comebacks are just the best, right? That's what he's done. He's gone after a 16-year-old, Kinry. Kinry's here on YouTube. Adorable little guy. But he's attacked Kinry. He's attacked, a couple other people. Some of that is racist. I have to bring this up. So when you go up to another Asian person and you say, "Hey, you look like Jungkook," maybe they're Chinese, maybe they're Japanese, maybe they're Thai. That's racist because then you're generalizing all Asian people at that point. There are different countries. There's Taiwan, there's Japan, there's China, Korea, North Korea, Guam, a whole bunch of places that have Asian people. Asia's a big continent. So when you say that, that's a racist thing. I mean, it might come off as something innocent, but it really isn't. You got to remember, in wartime, South Korea, North Korea, that doesn't go well. The Japanese were not good to the Chinese. There's all of that. They might take offense to that. You know, so Ollie London's been doing that on TikTok. Like he finds these Asian creators and he says, "Oh, you look like Jungkook, or you look like Jimin, or you look like this, you look like that." That's racist. That's, like I said, that's generalizing all Asians. We can't do that. Generalizing one, a whole bunch of people in one group is racist. It's like my daughter who's going to school right now. Well, not right now. We don't start school for another few weeks. Okay, my daughter goes to school. We live in a pretty conservative area. This is not my attack on the left or the right. But I live in an area where, there's not a lot of diversity in culture other than white people. My children are biracial. My daughter is half Puerto Rican. So there are some kids at the school who said some very racist things. They told her to go back to Mexico. They chanted, "Build the wall," all that kinds of stuff. So where I live, they're generalizing her. They're putting her in one Hispanic boat. There's different, you know, Latin countries. There's different Latin countries. So to say that's like just putting her in one box. No, that she was born here in this country. So she's not here illegally. And if she was here illegally, who the hell cares? She's minding her own business. She's not breaking the law. She's not doing anything. But she's not here illegally. So that's what Ollie London is doing in that umbrella there. That's a form of racism. And I posted a video here a while ago talking about how, him having his eyes changed from white people eyes to, trying to look like Jimin eyes, and why that's a problem. That is cultural appropriation. And somebody commented saying, well, if he wants to be a Korean, let him. That's not how this works, though. There's no such thing as transracial. Transracial is not a thing. You don't get to choose your race. And transgender people don't choose to be transgender. They are their mindset is the gender of what they are, and they're born in the wrong body. You gotta remember, when we're in utero, when you're in utero, we're all female. That's why men have nipples until you grow the other stuff. You know what I mean? So some people, you know, are female. They don't lose that female thought, and they grow a penis. You know what I mean? So that's how it works. Maybe I'm wrong about that. That's just how it was explained to me. But transracial isn't a thing. Okay? You can't just change your race. You're not in utero thinking, oh, I'm Asian. When I get out, I'm going to change it. No, that's hurtful to the trans community, by the way, because that doesn't work. You got people like Rachel Drozell who went around thinking that she was black all the time. She lost her job and everything. You can't just change your race. It just doesn't exist. Okay. What Ollie London is doing is extremely racist and hateful. He doesn't like Asian culture. He doesn't appreciate it. He appropriates it. And that's where it's a problem. He's appropriating Asian culture. And I think it's mentally unstable to want to look like Jimin. You know, I mean, Jimin's beautiful. He's a beautiful guy. I mean, I can imagine, being jealous of how he looks because he's beautiful. He's got a beautiful face, got beautiful hair and things like that. I get that. You can't change your race. It's just not in the cards. You can't do that. It doesn't exist. Okay. There's a difference between appreciating and appropriating culture. And what Ollie is doing is appropriating culture. Same thing with Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas is now defending Ollie London or supporting him. That's a problem. Okay. Hey, Ginger. So Trisha Paytas also has done things that were racist. Okay. She's done blackface. Okay. She says she's not racist because she eats rice. What does eating food have to do with anything? You know how many racist people eat tacos and still hate Mexicans? Don't get me started. You know, you can like a food and not like the people. Hate to the people. That's what that's all about. There, she's offended so many different people. But I guess like I usually say these days, misery loves company. She's miserable. She's a miserable pile of poop, and Ollie London is a miserable pile of poop. There are people out there on YouTube and TikTok, and in that famous influencer community that don't want anything to do with her. There are people out there who don't want anything to do with Ollie London. So I guess in that case, they've somehow found each other. Her defending him or supporting him that's not a positive thing. That's one racist to another. And the thing is, in regards to Ollie London, I really don't see any Asian people. I don't see any Korean people. I don't see any Chinese people. I don't see any Japanese people. I don't see any of these people supporting what he's doing because it really is nasty. You can't change your race. You can't just up and say, "Oh, I don't want to be a white person anymore. So I'm just gonna be Asian. I'm just gonna be Asian." I woke up one day and said, "Oh, my life sucks so bad. I'm gonna be Asian." The thing is, you just can't do that. I mean, the oppression that Asian people have gone through over the years too, you know? You just don't get it. That's a problem. You know, let's not forget what the American people did to the Japanese internment camps, and things like that. I mean, not only that, just like the Asian people, they don't necessarily like each other either. There's North Korea, who just hates everybody on the face of the planet, but they're right there next to South Korea. They don't like each other. World War II happened. The Japanese were bad to the Chinese. You know, got other issues there. Got Vietnam. You know, Asian people aren't treated very nicely. Well, so I mean, especially now, there are people out there who blame the Chinese for this damn virus. You know, I mean, sure, Ollie London has spoken out about the violence towards the Japanese, towards the Asian people in regards to the coronavirus. Sure, he's spoken out about it, but it doesn't mean he appreciates their culture at all. You know, I mean, do I consider now? I took 2 years. I took 3 years of Spanish in high school and 2 semesters in college. Would I consider myself to be like totally 100% bilingual? No, no. I don't really try to speak Spanish too much in public. I could translate it, listening and reading it. But I don't go around because I don't want to go around making a mess and saying the wrong thing. But Ollie, he just sits there and just is horrible to the Asian people and their culture and their language. He's like slurring their words. But from what I understand, he doesn't really, according to his ex-girlfriend, Frenchie Morgan, he doesn't even really like BTS. It's all a front. Could you imagine that though? This man has had 19 plastic surgeries. 19 plastic surgeries to look like a total different race. For what? I don't know and understand. They're not going to accept him, nor should they. What does he think this is? The Jungle Book? His mom drops him off in the woods and the wolves are going to take him in? No, they're not going to do that. Nor should they. They don't have to accept him as their own. He's done nothing but slander and make fun of and appropriate their culture this whole damn time. That's awful. Just awful. Like I said, the likes of Trisha Paytas defending him is just wrong. Hey, Lewis, that's problematic. And the thing is, it seems like I said earlier, I don't see anyone from, an Asian background defending Ollie London. I only see them like getting really angry about it. And so they should. They should, because, if one Ollie London pops up doing this, what's to say other people don't do this? We had Rachel Drozell here in this country who tried to play out that she was black. It was found out that she wasn't, and she lost her job. But what's to say, there's other people who aren't going to be doing this kind of thing. It's wrong. But the only type of people I see defending her are defending Ollie is white people. Racist white people at that. People who have been known to do things that were not appropriate. Like Trisha Paytas. Oh, thank you, Lewis. I appreciate it. Such a sweetheart. You know what I mean? So, the Asian people, they're laughing at him. They're not laughing with him. They're laughing at him because he's just a complete fool. I'm sure they're also like, I mean, I don't know if they're really offended because he's a moron. Maybe they're not that offended because he's a moron. Maybe there's that. I don't know. I find what he's doing is offensive. It's rude and nasty. But if I was Jimin, if I was Jimin, no, not just Jimin. If I was BTS, I would totally get a restraining order on him. Totally. He shouldn't even be. Oops. Hey Matthew, he shouldn't even be allowed on any like in anything in any place that is a BTS place. Like he was just in California and they have a store like we have here in the state. No, that's my birthday month. We have a BTS store here called BT21 Line Friends. That's where they sell, their cartoon plushies. If I were BTS, I would make sure he wasn't allowed anywhere near anything that BTS owns. The store, nothing. I mean, he's a real humdinger of a person. I mean, he's just a complete embarrassment and racist. There's nothing non-racist about Ollie London. Extremely offensive. Just terrible. I mean, I just don't understand it. You know, that's very concerning there. You know, we should not be defending this guy. We should not even be accepting of his behavior. I mean, let me be honest, okay? I'm not going to defend his behavior in any way, shape, or form because I think it's disgusting. But I'm going to say this: I do feel bad for him. There is no October. Well, unfortunately, this pandemic seems to be making it feel like the 10-year itch. So maybe it won't be October. I don't think these kids are gonna be able to go trick or treating this year because they got that new strain of this pandemic. Terrible. But you know, this is just awful, really. I am dropping the link from my premiere on my other channel. I'm gonna have a premiere at 3 o'clock, just so you guys know. But that's the thing. It's just ridiculous. It's just flat out ridiculous. We can't defend this behavior, and us as white people have to call it out like it is. It's the right thing to do, you know? We have to do the right thing and call it like it is because it's first of all it's embarrassing, as a white person. I find this to be completely disgusting, disturbing, and embarrassing. Now, so I actually asked this question a while ago. How is it possible that Ollie London is able to get this plastic surgery? Because, you know, a normal plastic surgeon who actually really wants to do his job right, you know, would not operate. He would not do this kind of stuff, this racist surgery, you know. Because when you get weight loss surgery or any kind of plastic surgery that could be mind altering, you have to make sure that you're in the right frame of mind. That way, the surgeon doesn't get sued. You know, that's what I was concerned about is how is Ollie London. Yeah, Lewis. Well, you know what? I don't wish harm on anyone, but maybe that's what he needs. Huh. What I do hope though, in regards to the governor of Texas, okay, because the beds are all full there, right? The hospitals are full. I hope to God they do not clear a bed for him. That would be wrong. He gets that deathly ill because the hospitals are totally full in Texas. I really hope they don't empty a bed just for him because that would be wrong. That'd be totally wrong. I get the feeling that might happen, but Who knows? You reap what you sow. Governor Abbott has been sitting here telling people don't wear a mask and this, and that. And all of a sudden, he gets what's coming to him at that rate. Maybe he'll change his tune. I don't think so, but maybe. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. We can hope, right? Maybe DeSantis needs to get in on that boat too. You know, I mean, the precautions have worked for us here in New York so far. You know, the things. I mean, I don't like Governor Cuomo as much as anybody else, but at this rate, it got us to where we gotta go. We're in the right place now. And now, you go to a state like Texas you know, or Florida, you got to, you know, as we say, double bag it. You have to double bag it. You have to wear 2 masks and whatever else. You know, just stay safe out there. Don't listen to anyone who says you don't have to wear a mask or bullies you because you're wearing one, because that's not right. I mean, do I think people should bully people that don't want to wear a mask? At this point, you know what? It's not worth the time anymore. Can I tell you something? You don't want to wear a mask and you don't want to get a vaccine, okay? Personally, I'm over it at this point. It's the process of natural selection. You don't want to wear it. You don't want to get the jab. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you at this point. Again, you can't wish harm on people. You can't wish harm on people because that's bad karma. But at the same time, it's inevitable. And then when it's time to meet your maker, you know, you can't complain about it because you had to know at some point that it was going to come. The thing is this, in regards to politics, right? I don't really consider myself a liberal. Okay, I consider myself a free thinker. I consider myself an independent. I don't take sides. I am somebody who holds people accountable, though. That's the difference. That's the difference I see. You know, so you have to hold these people accountable. They are elected officials. That means we make them. We give them their job. But at the same time, what these people say, you have to take it with a grain of salt because they don't care about you. Okay? Politicians on both sides of the fence do not care about you. It's all about money and ratings and whatever else. It's not about you. I will never understand in 2021 why we are fighting about people that don't care about us. I don't think they really deserve. I really don't believe they deserve that level of respect. They don't respect us. You know, Cuomo sucks, Trump sucks, Biden sucks, Lee Zeldin sucks. They all suck. But you got to hold them accountable for their actions. You know, we can't go poo poo on the doctors and the nurses and all the hospital staff that have been working endlessly throughout this whole time because whatever you want to believe, they're the ones we need to listen to. They're the ones who went to college for 8+ years to become doctors and nurses. That's the people we need to listen to. I don't even know what Trump's qualifications are. I don't really know what Cuomo's qualifications are. I do believe he's a lawyer or something like that. You know, That doesn't make, but they're not doctors. They're not trained in the medical field. They're not trained to do that. So they gotta listen to the people that, do this for a living. And yeah, sadly, there's some doctors and nurses out there who, I don't understand them, but hey, listen, whatever. There's always going to be some bonehead in a field that just doesn't take their job seriously. I mean, look, for years, we had that doctor out there who was telling people that the MMR vaccine was causing autism. And what happened there? He fudged that information. So there are good and bad in all groups. Remember, kids, you go to college or something, even a doctor. You could be a C+ student, meaning your grades aren't that great. You could have a C+ student, but that still would make you a doctor. You could still be a doctorate as a C+ student. So, you could barely pass and still make it into the profession one way or another. So there is that. There is that. Keep that in mind. Just like Ollie London here, there are people who do things for clout. Even doctors and nurses, they might do that too. Make sure they stay in that politician's good graces. There's all different kinds of things out there that cause us to do bad. And unfortunately, doctors do take an oath that says they shall do no harm. So, I don't know. I mean, sure, some doctors have one way of doing things and other doctors have another way of doing things. I like to know if the doctors who are, not advocating for masks and stuff, do they wear a mask when they perform surgery? I'd be concerned about them. I mean, it's just a mask. It really is just a mask. That's all it really is. It's just a mask. Not that big a deal. I don't understand what the big deal is. I like wearing it at this point. I'm so into it at this point. I go to the store, and someone's being a douche canoe. I can curse them under my breath and they don't know. I can be giving them a dirty look and they don't know. Just a mask. It really is. Whatever. I don't really want to keep going on about this conversation because I think it's just too much. But we could have been through this already, but nope. No. You know. Oh well. So anyone have good weekend plans? It's hump day. I have a video coming out at 3 o'clock on my new channel, and 3 o'clock tomorrow, and 3 o'clock Friday. I will be filming a bunch of stuff over the weekend. That way, if I can't be on my channel next week, I will have, stuff ready to go. But yeah, so like I said, but in this regard, with Ollie London, like I said, with us people, we need to call it out like it is. We have to call Ollie London out for who he is and what he is. He's not a good person. I have to say, like I said, to me, I think he was much better looking when the way he looked. The problem is when you have one person who acts like Ollie London, not just the surgeries, it's not just surgeries that are a problem or the way he wants to change his looks or anything like that. That's the problem. It's not just that. That's not just the problem. It's just that there's so many people out there, unfortunately, that are easily influenced by this behavior. And when you bring that kind of thing forward like that, it opens a door for other forms of hate, you know, and that's not good. That's not good. He claims that he likes and loves these people. And whether or not he does or doesn't, you know, I don't know. I don't know if that's really the case, but I'd say it's not. I'd say it's not. Like I said, it brings on hate for other people. It truly does. It's going to bring on hate for other people. And, you know, we had that shooting. Oh, thank you, Lewis. You're the best. You really are the best. If anyone has a problem with Lewis, you got a problem with me too. I'm calling out like it is. Lewis and Adelaide and the group of people really are good people. I just thought you guys should know this. You know, there's some people on here on YouTube who are nothing but clout chasers and hate on people who don't deserve it. That's what I am talking about here. You know what I mean? I never added my other channel as a moderator, so I got to do that. Okay, got it. Perfect. Um, that's the thing. Okay. They're just some awful people in so many different places, unfortunately. And like I said, for me, Ollie London is one of those people. Really is one of those people. Hey, Ginger. Oh, I said hey to you before, but I'll say hi to you again. That's how it is here. Lewis is fabulous. Lewis and Haggis and Adelaide and Mike Malloy and all of them are really fabulous people. They have really great streams. Oh yeah, the trolls are bad, Lewis. They are. But you know what? Once you as you go along, think of it this way. They do suck. The trolls are crappy people. You got to give them that. They're crappy people. They're people with no life, right? But at the same token, they pay, once you get monetized and stuff like that, they pay your bills. Can't go wrong with that. That's why I have to be honest. This is why I tend to stay on TikTok more. So I don't have as many trolls as I do here. And keep this in mind. And this is the truth. Your biggest fan is someone you don't even know, but your biggest hater is someone you do know. And that's what's happened to me here on YouTube. I truly think that's what happened over the last 2 years, is that this whole figment of a troll really was somebody else that was uh, supposedly a friend. Who knows? Maybe they were like having people troll me, or they had troll accounts and didn't want to admit to it. I don't know. I don't really care. But just keep that in mind. Your biggest fan is someone that doesn't even know you, but your biggest hater is someone who does know you. And there's somebody who doesn't want you to win. You know, that's what I'm seeing with this whole Ollie London and Trisha Paytas thing. Is they're both miserable people. Trisha Paytas is like a snail of problems. She just leaves a slime trail of hate as she goes along. Everyone she touches, she has some kind of a conflict with. Yeah, I mean Jeffree Star, he's a problem anyways. But what I'm saying. Jeffree Star and Trisha Paytas really aren't that much different. I don't know about Ollie London though. It doesn't seem like he has a lot of big conflicts like that, like the mob mentality. But I think that Trisha Paytas sees him as a weakling. She's got that mob mentality. Or she's got the wham, wham, wham mentality. Like, she's like one of those people that pokes the bear. And when the bear fights back, she cries, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that." Something like that. One of those kinds of things. It goes to show that Trisha Paytas is Jeffree Star's Ollie London is one of those rare cases. He's just one of those people who just begs for attention. But man, oh man, getting like 19 plastic surgeries to get there is just ridiculous. I mean, the thing is, can you pay for plastic surgery to go back to the way he was? Yeah, probably, but it won't look the same. It'll be all busted. He'll be busted. I mean, me personally, I think he looked better the way he was. I don't understand the whole thing. Other than the fact that Ollie London must be that mentally unstable to keep going this way. I have nothing against plastic surgery. I really don't. I mean, there are reasons to get it that make sense, and there's reasons that don't make sense. And Ollie London is one of those people. He's one of those people that don't make sense. But you know, he's one of those people that don't make sense. He gets it for free, according to his ex-girlfriend, Frenchie Morgan. The reason he gets all these surgeries is because in Korea, they want, for Westerners to promote their doctors over there. So they offer influencers free plastic surgery. I mean, I need plastic surgery. See this? This is loose skin. There's nothing I can do about this, but yeah, I would never go to Korea to do it though. I don't know. I have a whole thing about going to a foreign country to get plastic surgery. Plus, what's to say one day, one of these Korean plastic surgeons, they realize how much money they're really losing here to giving this free stuff, and then one day they're like, "Oh, no more of you. Gave you all this for free," and brought dishonor to our practice and things like that. So, I don't know about that. Hey, listen, that's on Ollie. If he feels that trusting to go to these surgeons and take advantage of them for free surgery, at some point that's going to come back at him. Personally, I just really think he just needs a good therapist. Dr. Phil tried, but Dr. Phil really isn't. He's no longer licensed to practice because of some things he did in his past too. But he really needs help. This Ollie London. I feel bad for him to a certain degree. I feel bad. I don't feel bad that he's racist, a piece of crap, or anything like that. But I feel bad that he feels like he just really hates himself this much to go to this great one get these surgeries to look like a total different race, which is racist. He's got a racist heart. He's got a hateful, mean heart in him at that rate. There's nothing good about that. Kind of makes you what happened to him in his life. Was he bullied? Was he abused as a child? I don't know. I mean, personally, I thought he was kind of adorable the way he was. I wish somebody would have told him that. But I guess he was bound to do whatever it is that he was going to do anyways. Just imagine that, hating yourself so much to get that much plastic surgery to look totally different like that. And it doesn't look good. I don't know. I mean, if you think of it this way, I mean, according to his ex-girlfriend, Frenchie Morgan, these Korean plastic surgeons give these surgeries to Westerners to promote their business, right? The thing is, Ollie London goes around saying that he's all natural and all that stuff. So I don't see how he's really promoting their business in any way, shape, or form. I mean, at first you have to think about this. Well, these plastic surgeons must be taking advantage of his mental health because they're offering him all these free surgeries and things like that. Why don't they see it that way? I think it's the other way around. I really feel like Ollie London is the one taking advantage of them. That's a problem, you know. That's a problem. He's taking advantage of these people. Like I said, at some point it's gonna come back around, and Ollie's gonna, be sorry, you know. Although he did say this surgery with his eyes is probably the last of the last. So I don't know. I don't know what to believe. When you're that addicted to plastic surgery, I don't know if you really ever stop, you know? It's like tattoos. People who are addicted I mean, I have three, and I've been pretty content with three. Not because I don't want anything else, because I actually really do. It just, I don't have the time and the money to go and do it, so I don't, you know. But there are plenty of other tattoos I'd really like to have. I just, like I said, I haven't had the time or the money. I got other things to worry about than to do that. Some point, some point, maybe when I finally get out of my stink hole and settled, I can go do it over there. But then again, I'm not sure about Florida right now. I'm not sure I want to get a tattoo right down there with the no mask and the extreme levels of COVID there. But oh boy, just an awful mess. You know, like I said, people like Trisha Paytas egging Ollie London on and supporting that is not it's not healthy. It doesn't solve his problem. He's one of those friends that are just going to give him a swift kick in the ass and tell him and shake it out of him. I mean, there's got to be somebody out there you know, who's got to tell him that A, he doesn't look good, and B, this is just not right. Although he has said that his family has, disowned him. They don't speak to him anymore. Oh, I don't know. Sometimes we just need somebody to just shake it out of us. He's definitely one of those people who needs it, but it has to be done in a healthy manner. I mean, it's obvious that he needs, it's obvious that London needs therapy. But Trisha Paytas being the one to defend him, that's not a good look. Not a good look at all. That's a very bad look. That will not solve his problems. That will definitely not solve his problems. It's going to make it worse. Like I said, it's just sad. Just sad. Needs help. Maybe to a certain degree, the idea of being an influencer can be quite damaging of sorts. I've seen how I've seen and experienced for myself how this could really turn someone into a really not so great person. When fame and fortune, play into things, and I guess in Ollie London's case, you know, three surgeries, severe depression, or whatever else he's going through right now. And that's a downward spiral of the influencer. Needs to read. There's some people that really do need canceling. I know some people out there, oh, cancel culture is toxic and all that stuff. No, it really kind of isn't. It really kind of isn't. Because maybe it could save somebody, like Ollie London. I think about oh, what's her name? Eugenia Cooney. See, now that's an influencer I don't think needs to be canceled per se. The thing is, Eugenia Cooney is somebody. If we cancel her and cause her to not have the spotlight, that might be really dangerous for her because she obviously needs help. You don't. There are some people you don't want to you know, yank that rug out from under. And she's one of those people that you really don't. You don't want to do that too. But Ollie London is somebody. Ollie and Trisha Paytas. Those are people that really need the canceling. They really need to go away because they're bad. They're bad for our young people. They're a bad influence. I mean, Ollie's a predator. He's going after younger folk, you know, the younger Asian folks. I mean, that's pretty gross. The fact that he just goes on TikTok and finds Asian people and either comments or duets them or stitches them, and it's just so like predatory and dangerous. That's not safe. That's not a safe behavior. You know, and he needs to stop that. I mean, just like most reality shows and talk shows, I think Dr. Phil is full of crap. And maybe that's why Ollie London keeps going, is that he realizes that Dr. Phil is full of crap. I saw on Instagram that Dr. Drew is going to be interviewing Trisha Paytas. I mean, I don't even see what the point of that is. She doesn't care. She doesn't want to get help. And she's not helping anybody. She's making, a mockery of people. You know, I don't know. It's just a mess. The influencer is something that needs to be relooked at. I know. I'm coming from somebody who considers them. I don't even consider myself an influencer. I just do product reviews and things like that. I'm not famous by any means. I get a few thousand views a week. Can't complain about that. 7,000 followers on TikTok. 7,000. Seems like once you hit the 7,000 mark, you get a lot more people following you. Pretty awesome. But I think that there is I think that there is an issue with the influencer. And then when you have this "I can't be canceled" mentality, it's kind of dangerous if you think of it this way. It kind of is. It's like having a regular job, right? It's like maybe you're working as I don't know, let's say you're working as a policeman and you're paid to protect people. We had this recently where there was a police officer. Was it from Brooklyn? They found out he had like Nazi memorabilia or something, and he lost his job, and he was crying about it. These people are paid to protect you. And I guess he thought he would never get caught, and then when he did, he lost his job. He's never going to get paid to do that job again. But there are people out there who think that they're going to just get away with it, and then when it catches up to them, I mean, look at Jeffree Star. I mean, he used to be really popular. Now, I mean, he's still popular amongst, probably some hateful people. But he's not selling out his product as much as he used to. He's coming out with this $100 mirror. It's a star mirror with a stand, and supposedly it'll charge your phone. Please. It's already been done. It's just not in the shape of a star. Who knows? Maybe it has, and we don't even know. The downfall of the influencer, I think that really needs to be addressed. I mean, going around thinking you can't be canceled because of whatever reason you think in your mind that's just so. To me, that's just it's cringy and it is not great. Not great. You can lose your job. You can lose your job over doing stupid things. When I worked in the mall, I used to work for Lane Bryant. I worked there for like 3 years, right? I worked for Lane Bryant for 3 years, and when I worked there, if I was in the mall, not on my job, maybe I was going shopping or eating lunch at the food court or whatever. Whatever my behavior was in the mall would reflect on my job. There was a time when I was working at the mall. I was working at Lane Bryant. I wasn't on duty at the time, right? And something happened. I had a T-shirt on. I had a friend that I went to school with that was a you know uh, metal band. I had gone to see him. His band was called The Dead Within, and I bought a T-shirt at his concert. And I went to wear it one day at the mall, and I mean, there's nothing really bad about it. It just said The Dead Within because it was their band. There was no like bad photos or anything on the shirt. It was just the band title logo. That was it. And when I got to the door of the mall, there was security there, and I guess he was offended by my shirt. Why, I don't even know. He tried to play out that I could, he didn't want me to come into the mall. I mean, I was like I said, I told him I was a mall employee, and there's far worse things sold at Hot Topic and Spencer's. But that's what he did there. He tried to play out I couldn't come in the mall because of this T-shirt with my friend's band name on it. You know, Completely ridiculous. But I mean, I had to go to my job as soon as it happened, and I had to go explain to them what was going on. Because, like I said, my behavior, even though I didn't do anything wrong, and they saw it that way, and because the mall security knew that I worked at that store, I had to make sure that the job I worked at knew that I mean, I even walked in with the shirt. So this is the shirt. Oh, Louis, you're the best. You really are the best. I mean, I had to go out. I had to go make sure that my job was aware of the shirt that I wore, and I mean, obviously the security guard lost his job, for that. But that's it. I mean, back in the day, that's how it was. How you behaved yourself out in the open affected where you worked. Still kind of does. It's just not always treated like that. Oh, the girl, you're such a silly girl. Yes, yes. I'm just reminding you guys that I do have a premiere on my second channel at 3 o'clock. Just so y'all know. Um. So yeah. So I just feel like with Ollie London and Trisha Paytas. I mean, James Charles is obviously very, very canceled. And he's trying to make a comeback, and that won't work. I mean, he also is kind of very predatory to underage people. But still, you can't say you're not going to be canceled. I mean, David Dobrik doesn't really make much of a dime here on YouTube anymore. To say you can't be canceled for your behavior is ridiculous. Don't go around saying that. Don't say you can't get fired even though your behavior is bad. Always catches up. Everything always comes back around. Always. You go around like that, thinking that things aren't going to come back around, then, and when it does, you have no one to blame but yourself. So I just thought I would let you guys know all that. So, with that said, I'm going to end the stream here. But please make sure you come by to my premiere on my other channel at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, which is in about an hour. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Bye.